Hey, gang! I almost said it.
What were you going to say? Good morning?
Good morning.
That's okay. I get to say good morning this time. You can say
you get
good
to say
evening.
good morning. Yeah, for me, it's evening. Oh, my good God. How are you, sweetheart?
Okay. Consider it's 1 a.m. I'm doing
1
good.
in the morning.
Still going.
I'm okay.
Pretty much getting the matchsticks.
And a little bit of tape. Oh, God.
Yeah, we need some of that tape from the burlesque show that we did the other day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit of the wig tape.
Wig tape, exactly. Yes.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad some of you guys joined us out there. Oh, my gosh. Holy cow. Should we go ahead and say good evening to everybody before we bring our guest on?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay. Alrighty. Colin P. Smith is here and Darth Hester, our wrenches. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And good evening. Great to see you. Well, and good morning for Colin. Bless his heart. Pod Racing Palpatine. Good to see you.
Hello,
Who
love.
else is hanging out? Gun Bunny is here. Hello, sweetheart. Mark the Infinitely Tired. I'm surprised he's actually here, to be honest. I thought he'd be working. I don't know why. I thought he'd be working late tonight. Mark, are you not working? Thanks for coming, babe. He says, evening, Samantha Joe, Schwingosaurus Rex.
Nice.
That's sweet. You're still 30 out of 30, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell that is.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Louise Sparrow, good morning. Butterflies, hi, sweet girl. Good to see you. Who else is hanging out with us, babe?
Who else do we have? Let me scroll down, make sure we haven't missed anyone. We've got Generalissimo Jefe. Hello, Jeff. And we have Jessie. Hello, Jessie.
Hey, Jessie.
That was a great show we did with Latina Slant yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday.
All the days are just bleeding into one. Time means nothing anymore. Derek McManus. Yes, technically it is now Saturday, but I set the stream up on a Friday, so it still counts.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Jennifer Kunkel, that's a new name. Welcome. Hello. Lady Mist is here.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello, sweet girl. Good to see you. So, and Pod Racing Palpatine is saying something about duct tape. I'm a little concerned. And let's see, I think we've caught everybody.
We've missed. Who did we miss? Lord Thoth.
Chris.
We did.
Oh, Lord Thoth. Hey.
Lord Thoth.
I'm sorry, hon.
And we did miss this.
Oh, Chris just tipped $10. Well,
Thank
you know what
Chris.
That means.
Absolutely. Let me hit it.
Thank you, Chris. Oh my gosh, I got to get the stream elements open because it didn't open all the way as per usual.
Oh, I love it when it does that and it just kicks you back to the opening page. Yeah.
And that's exactly what it did. It's like, I wasn't gone that long. My gods.
Hello, Spike in Madness. Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, Spike in Madness. Good to see you, hon. Let's see. It says, Chris says, hail the Valkyrie queens of Friday night. Thank you, Chris. That's so
Chris.
sweet. We appreciate that.
And the lovely Chris is doing double duty at the moment because he's also wrenching. So thank you.
Oh, that's right. He's over at FNT, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Holy moly. Well, hopefully, Chris, you can relax over here. I don't know how things are going over there. Knowing those guys, it's a little crazy.
A little bit chaotic, but that's okay.
Yeah, Jennifer, that's obviously our big spender music for when we get a tip in the tip jar. So you'll always see Jessica Rabbit, another fabulous redhead, come up and dance for us in the chat. So just so, because she's new, we got to break her in gently. Oh, you like the
Hello.
hats, Lord Thoth?
Thank you.
Thank
They're
you.
so cute.
Our cute
Thought it
little
would
witchy
be-
hats. They'll get bigger.
Yes, we have much bigger hats. We thought it would be kind of apt with our awesome guest tonight. Hello,
Hey,
Parrot
Parrot
Head.
Head.
Right, shall we bring on the lovely guest that we have tonight?
Yes, please.
We're so excited to have him. I was like, oh my gosh, he said yes. Guys, big hello to the awesome Mr. Hyde.
Good
Hey,
evening.
Mr. Hyde. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. You guys mentioned last live stream, and I'm sitting here, and all I can think is purple feather boa.
I should have got that out for you just to kind of put around my shoulders.
They keep you warm if it's chilly tonight.
And it is.
Yeah.
It's actually really cold out at the moment.
So we're going to talk about mysticism and psychics and mediums and creepy things because it's October.
The best
Absolutely.
month of the year. It's all downhill after this one.
Do what? I'm sorry. Hold on. My earpiece is getting weird. Hold on.
No, I love
Okay.
October as well. I've got to admit, it is probably one of my favourite months. But then I love autumn
Yeah,
anyway.
mine too.
So it's like, yes.
Yeah, it's all downhill from now.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Yeah.
Because now comes cold and snow, and
For you.
yeah, for me, that's right. I'll send you some.
Yeah, so for us, it just gets cold and wet. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Kind of the same
Nice.
in Texas, believe it or not. Cold and wet. Not usually any snow, which is great. I don't think I could live anywhere again where I ever had snow.
Yes,
I'm
that would
Canadian,
kind
and
of
I don't like the snow.
Oh, and guys, for all our Canadians out there, happy Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is on Monday. So
Yes, which I didn't know.
Turkey Day.
Nice.
it's Columbus Day here, or Native American History Day, or something. I don't know. They changed it because reasons.
For us, it'll
Because
just
I
be
don't want to offend.
Monday.
Monday. Yeah. It's here in the States, it's a good day to buy a mattress. The Columbus Day sales, like Macy's and stuff like that. So
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
exciting. Dalsa Sereno says I arrive and then they talk snow. I love snow. You can have it.
You can have all of it, Del, honestly.
Yeah.
You take it off my hands too.
Yeah, we'll take it away from Mr. Hyde. Hey, Dave Bob.
Hey, Dave Bob.
He wanted to know if I got the, I can't read that word. Bria?
Bruja pin badge from
Bruja.
Corey's friend. That I will explain after. I have something
I
to tell
saw
you
it.
about that. Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
That one I will fill
I
you
know
in
her.
after the show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for after the show.
But yes, thank you, Dave Bob, for reminding me.
Thank you, Dave Bob. You sweetheart.
But yeah,
So,
Mr. Hyde, mediums. Because I don't know very much about mediums. I think Sammy is probably more well versed than I am.
a little bit, I think.
But I've seen some of your shows, and you actually are a medium, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I consider myself a spiritual medium.
Okay.
Because I don't have all the voyances that a lot of psychic mediums have. And I can get into different explanations of the voyances if you want as well. But
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
the difference between a psychic and a medium: a psychic can read the energy of a both living and dead person,
Mm-hmm.
and a medium can read the energy of a dead person. So, when the
You see dead
Sixth
people.
Sense movie? Yes, I see dead
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
people all the time.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
if I'd be comfortable with that. I've only had a few incidences in my life, but
Yes, that's one of the things I wanted to touch on. Is it something that you kind of get used to, or is it something that always comes as a surprise when you have that kind of
The-
interaction?
Well, when I first started to have these abilities, I was 7 years old, and I thought I was
Mhm.
losing my mind. But over the course of the few years that I got used to it, and now I'm able to hone my abilities and help others.
Yeah.
So you do get used to it after a while, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I was just at a house last night, and we did I did a cleansing for a lady who was having a problem with a spirit in her house. So,
Right.
See, that always scares me. It's the negative spirits that freak me out.
well, and this one was a negative spirit, and it didn't want to go quietly into that good night neither. So
Oh
it took a
my
lot of
gosh.
energy out of me because when I do stuff like that, it feeds off of my energy. So I was pretty beat when I got home last night, but
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
it was an interesting experience.
Would you be able to go
But the
into a little
nicer
bit
ones are
more
easier.
detail as to what you have to do? Or is that kind of a little bit more private?
Well, in this case, last night, I was approached by somebody who knew this lady, who said that she was looking for some help. So I went to the house last night, and soon I walked into the door, I could feel the energy from the spirit,
Oh
and it
man.
knew who I was and what I could do. So it knew
Yeah.
right away that I was in trouble.
Uh-oh.
And for me, when I sense somebody, there's a feeling I get in my stomach, like someone's punched me in the gut.
Mm.
Ugh.
Um, so, you know, I spent a good 20 minutes doing a walk around of the house just to get a feel of the energy and
Right.
listen to it as it talked to me.
Mhm.
Um, and then I just went ahead and started doing the cleansing with the house. What I use white sage to
Right.
cleanse the house, and then I'll use pine sage to cleanse the body for um, for this lady last night. That's what I used.
Okay.
But everybody uses something different.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
use because it's more native, right? So,
Yeah.
and that's the stuff that I've been taught through my spirit guides.
Right.
Yeah,
For me, it's always been white sage to
Mhm.
yeah,
cleanse.
hmm
White sage and salt for
yeah.
cleansing.
Salt's a big one too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, I've heard about salts. Salt can be for protection as well,
hmm
if I remember
Hmm.
correctly. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So how did you prepare yourself to deal with this spirit? I guess I don't want to call it an entity because I wasn't there. So,
Mhm.
Well, I ground myself before I go in, so I'll say a prayer, a cleansing chant, if you will,
right.
and then I will use white sage on myself, and I have a little crystal that I use as a grounding stone.
Ah, okay.
So I keep that everywhere I go. I keep this little crystal. It's a little quartz crystal, and it's not very big. I can probably show it to you
Yeah,
because I have
probably
it
like
with
a
me
little
right
guy,
now. Yeah, hold
like
on.
so.
Hello.
Hello. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so I
cute.
keep that with me.
It's a beautiful one.
Mhm. Hi.
Hi. Bye.
So I take that everywhere I go, and that helps ground my aura,
Okay.
and so I'm able to deal with negative and positive energy as well.
Mhm.
So
That was going to be my next question. Will you, with that, with grounding, you can bring in positive energy while you're grounding?
yep, yep,
Okay.
you can.
And make sure that you're feeding it out to you're whatever you're doing.
hmm
It's hard to describe because I can see
Yeah,
the
it is hard to describe. Yeah, but I It depends on the person and the house that I go to, because a lot of people, once and I tell them that it's a positive energy, and sometime 9 times out of 10, it's a loved one who's passed on, like a great grandfather
Okay.
or whatever. So a lot of times they'll want to keep the positive energy but get rid of the negative energy. So there's a
Right.
different chant that you can do for that. You know, in my house, I have positive energy. It took me a long
Right.
time to get rid of the negative energy, but you know, it's hard to explain, really. But
It is. It is, unless you feel it.
Mhm.
I've been lucky that I've been in the same house for 22 years, and I fed it positive energy when we moved in, and it's been there ever since. So the only thing we've had trouble with is animals who have passed away, our pets
Mhm.
who have passed away, and I'll see them every now and then.
I had a Chihuahua. Her name was Chili, and
Aw.
Chili was very high strung. And about 10 years ago, she had a massive stroke and she passed away. And whenever I mention Chili's name, she'll actually show nuts. It took my wife a while to get used to all of this. And I did a cleansing in the house one time, and with the smoke from the white sage, I was going through the living room because you have to keep a window open when you do it, right? So all the negative energy
Yeah.
will leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a picture of Chili as a ghost, and I can share it with you right now if you want.
Yes, please.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Throw it up. I'll just put it up on screen.
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now. And right there.
Awesome. Let me just bring that up.
So you see there,
Mm-hmm.
there's Chili. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Then there's somebody else that's sitting there too. I don't know who that is.
I was going to say, that looks like
Yeah.
another thing.
Uh-huh.
That's a face right there. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's Chili.
Hi.
She came to say hi when we were doing the
Hi, Chili.
Hi,
the
Chili.
cleansing. Pretty cool, eh?
Oh my
That is very
gosh.
cool. Oh my God. Ugh. I got chills from Chili. Holy moly. You see, I'm the one who thought I was crazy, seeing. Okay, well, I am crazy. But anyway, I would see my animals. I've seen Molly. She was our standard collie that we had. I've seen her pass through the house. I've seen our cats that we had pass through the house. And oh, by the way, guys, that is not a cat. That is a dog.
Yeah, she just threw the spaceman out of the chair.
Yeah. So I apologize for the noise. I won the kitty. It was my poodle. She would never leave my side. So, yeah, and Generalissimo Hefe can tell you guys all about that in the chat. Bye, Dave Bob. Give your grandson some sugar for me, okay?
Yes,
Mwah.
and stay safe.
Yeah, be
Especially-
careful out there.
Yeah, especially anyone in the path of that storm that's coming. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm. Hurricane Delta. They just got slammed by Hurricane Laura. Now they're getting Hurricane Delta.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I didn't even know there was a storm coming.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Another one.
You gotta love living in Canada.
We hardly get anything up here. We'll just get the rain and the wind.
Pretty much. Darth Haster says they put me on medication for seeing ghosts. Okay, what kind of ghosts were you seeing, boss?
Well, that's something that I hid my abilities for the longest time because of stuff like that, right? Because, I mean, let's face it, they used to, burn people like us alive and stake,
Oh,
right?
yes.
That's what I used to always tell my friends, right? And it wasn't until about 5-7 years ago now, something had happened where I was approached by a spirit to help with something, and I didn't because I was too afraid to help, and I regret it even to
wow.
this day that I didn't help out. And from that moment on, I opened up and I told everybody what I could do, and now I help the authorities sometimes with missing persons.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Wow, that is really cool.
I've heard of that.
I
in
gotta
the
say,
past.
there is a tiny bit of me that's like throwing a little party right now.
The person actually that I was approached was killed by a member of the military here in Canada, and J.K. Rowling just wrote a new book about that person.
Oh, no
Yep.
kidding.
Huh.
And this guy, this general, is incarcerated down the street from me at the maximum prison here in where I live.
Yeah.
So he's still alive, but yeah. And that's what a lot of big deal with her right now. With people are all angry at her because of this book that she wrote, but I don't think they realize that it was an
okay.
actual real person.
Yes, I saw something about that on Twitter, but I'm not a big fan of J.K. Rowling anyway, so it kind of just went.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
Went over your witch's hat.
pretty much, yes.
But it's a real person. But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
So ever since then, I opened up. I told a lot of my family,
Mhm.
and yeah, so I came out of the closet.
As it were.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you found it easier now that you've kind of embraced what you can do rather than hide it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel more open now.
Hmm.
It's
Is
more
it easier
relaxed.
for you to read?
Yes, yes, it is.
Much easier, I'm assuming.
Yep, much easier. And
wow.
it's easier now too that my wife, because for the longest time she didn't believe me. She thought I was going nuts, I think. And it wasn't until we went for a walk, and this will be another picture I can pull out for you guys too, soon I can find it.
Yeah,
But there's a
absolutely.
place here where I live, about 45 minutes away, called the Petroglyphs.
Mhm.
And what it is, it's these rocks that Native Americans carved drawings in. So it's in this protective dome, they're protected from the elements and stuff. Anyways, we went to this place, and that's where I met one of my spirit guides, because he's a Shawnee Indian chief, and he attached himself to me at this place. But anyways, we went for a hike, and I'll share this picture. And we came up to this rock, and I sat down and I told my wife, I said, take a picture of this rock behind me. And she's like, why? It's just a rock. And I'm like, just take a picture. So she took a picture, and it wasn't until we got home and she looked at this picture and she almost fell off the couch. And what I'll do is I'll pull it up
Okay.
here. Yeah, there it is.
Awesome. Let me full screen that. There we go.
So I don't know if I can bring it in. Oops, wrong one. So right here, I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a face right there looking at me. Can you see that?
Holy hell.
Just below
You
the
have a
line,
mustache. Yep.
Oh
Dark
my
hair,
God.
mustache.
Yeah,
And I
it
could
almost
feel
looks
him
like Ethan
staring
Hawke.
at me. Yeah, it does actually.
Oh my God. Creepy.
Yep.
yeah. So you could see this before the photo was taken.
Yes, I saw him
my
staring
gosh.
at me. Yep.
Oh, I've got goosebumps just come up.
Yeah. I've got goose flesh now.
I don't know if I can bring it in. There it is. I think closer now. So, and there's another face down here too. That one's not
That
as
one I'm
clear.
having trouble seeing.
Yeah, but you can see the eyes and the
I
nose.
say I
right
see a
there.
couple of eyes.
Yeah, but he's the more prominent one.
Wow. Holy moly. Yeah, I've got chills now.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause
Oh my
I
gosh.
felt him looking at us. Yeah, and I said to my wife, "Said take a picture," and she's like, "Why? It's just a rock." And it wasn't until we got home, and then she's like, she almost fell off the couch. And from that moment on, she believed me.
Oh my God. That is just amazing.
I've got a question. You said that you kind of deal with negative energy. Have you ever had to go into a situation where people have kind of let in something that they shouldn't have let in, and now you've got to kind of help them kind of disperse whatever they've allowed to enter?
Oh, definitely, all the time. I mean,
You know,
the,
like
my
if
the
someone
worst
messes with a
thing.
Ouija board.
Oh, like that's what I was just gonna say. A Ouija board. People think they're toys. They're not toys. Don't play with
Yeah.
Ouija boards because they unless you don't know how to use them. You if you don't close it properly, and
Yeah.
then you leave something open, and then it attaches itself to you. And I've had to deal with that many of times.
Yeah.
And most times
Yes.
they're really negative spirits.
Yes. I've got to admit, I've never used one myself, but I've always been told don't mess with them, basically, because
No.
nothing generally good comes from them.
No good can come of that. No
Uh-huh.
good can come of that.
Oh,
I've had
no.
to do more cleansings over witch boards than anything else. It's like, oh my god, that was so stupid. We should know better. But no, we got drunk and decided to be, ooh, you know, that was really stupid. So we've had to go back and fix it. So my Ouija board now that I have, it's just the one from Parker Brothers, but I use it as a cheese board for Halloween.
That's probably the safest thing. Yeah.
That's the safest way. It's a cutting board now.
But
Well, that's the thing too. They were sold as toys by
Yeah.
yeah,
Parker
and
Brothers,
still
right?
are, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
still get them. Yeah.
I've had ours for like 10 years. AJ bought it. And I'm like, what the hell is that thing doing in my house? We were just going to mess with it. And nope. 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 Nope.
Get out.
And I can usually sense them when I go into a house too, because I can feel its energy.
Yeah.
Is it always a malevolent kind of feeling that you get from them? Because I've never heard of anyone have anything really good
I've never
come
had
from
anything
those.
positive. No,
Yeah.
I never had anything positive.
No, I've never heard of anything positive coming from a witch board. Nope.
Just don't play with them.
Don't touch
No,
them.
just don't mess with. Use them
Don't
as
do
serving
it.
plates. Just use it as a cheese board. On Halloween night, that's your safest bet. Seriously.
Oh
And
my
Halloween
Yeah.
day, All Hallows Eve, for people with my abilities, it's a free day because the spirits are free to roam, right? So during like Halloween for me is like heaven because it's so quiet in my head. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. It's like a free day.
Oh wow. That's like your day off,
It's my day off.
essentially. Yeah. Oh my god.
But watch out for November 1st because they come back and they come back strong.
The Day of the Dead, yeah. I know, you can't win. At least you get one day off, but at least you could prepare for what's to come on November 1st. At least a little bit, right? I mean,
And with people at work too, where I work, it's very haunted, and I've seen shadows staring at me in windows,
Oof.
and some of it could be quite funny because I would think someone's coming into my office because where I am, I'm outside of. I work for I'm head of security for a large train manufacturing company. So my office is outside because I'm the first person that people see when they come onto site, right? And I've got about 8 windows in my office. It's like a building. I call it my office. But the doors will open and then they'll shut by themselves.
Oof.
And I'm thinking that someone's coming in to see me, but there's nobody there.
nope. Mm-mm. Nope. I'm sorry, my white ass would be gone. No.
Somebody would just nip right out of there. On your
It's spooked me a
broomstick.
couple
Gone.
times because I'm not expecting it, and the door opens and shuts behind you. You're like, holy shit!
Oh my god. You,
I would lose it.
oof, and they. You touched earlier on shadow beings. Is that part of the spirit world as well, or is that something completely different?
No, it's part of the spirit world as well.
It is.
And a
Okay.
lot of shadow beings are, not all of them are negative, but most of the ones that I've had to deal with are negative.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
I don't know of anybody who's had a positive experience with a shadow person.
No, pretty much all the ones that I've read about and seen, they frighten people, even if it's just like a brief glimpse of just kind of passing past a doorway or a hallway or
Yeah.
something. It's always kind of a negative feeling that people get from them.
My first experience was when I first got my abilities. And that night I was laying in bed and I felt someone was staring at me. And I just looked down at the end of my bed and there was a shadow staring at me. And all you saw was the shape, and it had white eyes. And it
No.
just floated from one end of the bed to the other, and it disappeared through the wall. That was my first ever experience with a shadow person.
Wow. Nope.
And I never
Of course,
told my
I'd probably be
parents.
so petrified. I'd just be perfectly still. I can't even scream, you know?
Yeah, I think
Well,
I
I
told
was,
the
because I
exact
was only
same.
7 years old. I was like, oh my God.
Oh God, you were that young when it happened. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And people are
Well, I
usually
got
kids when they
my.
get their abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I almost drowned, and that's how I got my abilities.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do it.
Yep. My
See, I never
parents who
got
had.
I never got
Sorry.
any sort of. No, that's okay. I never got a. I've never had anything psychic happen to me. I've had stuff happen to me from the spirit world, but I've never been able to, I guess, sit and talk with them. And sad part is I really want to, but I've never, I guess maybe I had never even developed the ability. It could still be there for all I know, but I think it's fascinating. When I was living in one house, it freaked me out. I come home and I was the only one in the house, and I saw my couch move by itself and a little boy run up the stairs. Oh my
gosh.
God, butterflies.
Oh honey.
Nope.
Well,
Maybe
we,
was
we
that your
still-
cat, Samantha?
That's a dog. Don't have a cat anymore.
But it's funny because it does look like a cat behind you.
She does. Well, I'm not allowed to have cats, so getting a toy poodle was the only way I could get around that. Because nobody's allergic to her and she doesn't shed. So I figure I'm good. No more cats for me. I can have poodles.
Mark has an interesting comment here. I don't know if you could advise him.
Well, no joking aside, but have you asked it to stop following you? Because 9 times out of 10, if you ask them to stop, they will.
Huh.
It just
Just
use
that
your,
simple?
yeah, it's just that simple. Unless it's someone really negative, then it will keep following you around. But 9 times out of 10, you just say you're not welcome here. I didn't ask, for you to follow me. This is my personal time and personal space. You can leave me alone.
Give that a shot, Mark. See what happens. Seriously, because now I'm concerned.
Yes, I don't think I'd want something like that kind of attached to me, especially if it's like a negative feeling that it's giving off.
Yeah. And Generalissimo Hayface comment, he's, yeah, do it, Mark. Let us know what happens, will you? I may have to drive to Mobile and perform an exorcism. But
Yeah,
Jeff,
9 times out of 10, they'll leave you alone if you don't want them.
really?
Mhm.
Huh. I figured
if
there
you
would have
go
been a
to a
whole
haunted
ritual
place-
involved.
No, if you go, well, depending on how negative the spirit is, then you
Oh,
might
true.
have to go a little bit deeper. If that happens, just use white sage,
Yeah.
and cleanse your, you can go online and find a self cleansing, what do you call it, chant that you can do while you do
Yeah.
it. Just make sure you're outside, or if you're inside, have the windows open so that the spirit has somewhere to go.
Mhm.
I tend to use pine sage when I do my spirit.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's the one that works for you, though. So, yeah, it could be, like I was saying before, something as simple as salt or whatever makes you feel safer, I guess.
Yep.
Um,
But 9 times out of 10, if you tell them to leave you alone, they will.
I was just reading that. Purple.
I knew you were.
Uh-huh. I'm like, Dal has a question.
Your thoughts on tulpas? Tulpas? Not sure what
I
that
don't know
is.
what that is.
It's a type of manifestation and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a
What do they
negative
do?
one or?
That could be both positive and negative.
Okay.
I've seen them, manifest in front of me. I've seen them manifest in front of other people. It's just it's the spirit using the energy around you or your own energy to help them manifest.
Okay. I've never heard of that. I'm going to have to look that one up. Thank you, Dal.
Yeah, I have
That
to look that one
one's-
up. Thanks, Dal.
That one was new to me.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Oh,
I just asked. I will let you know if it works.
hope it does, Mark. I hope it does.
Okay, hon. We hate to hear that you have a perpetual dark cloud following you around. That's kind of ominous. Nobody wants that for our friends.
But you can also get like you go to a stone shop or somewhere where they sell like crystals and stuff, and if there's one that stands out to you, and then I would suggest buying that one and keep it with you everywhere you go to help ground you. That's what I did with this one.
Right. Do the different crystals have different kind of meanings, or is it just one that kind of calls out to you? That's the one that you gravitated towards?
Well, it's usually the one that sort of jumps out at you, but there are ones that have different meanings, like quartz and oh my God, I can't think of the name. The purple one. What's the purple one?
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Amethyst is the big one that really will protect you. We have a lot of that in the house.
I have rose quartz. That's the one I'm drawn to the most. And it works great.
Yep.
Because it's all about love and peace and
Yep.
prosperity and things like that. I keep it with a piece of green green agate for money and wealth. Dal says she has a fella tulpa, but I need some boundaries, it seems. Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, honey. Okay.
And Dan also says amethyst is great for protection. She also uses onyx. Okay.
Now, onyx is great for protection.
See, crystals I do not know much about. I think that's one of the ones I'm going to have to kind of look into more personally. Because it is something
I've been
that I
studying
think...
more and more on crystals lately myself too. Ever since, especially when I found this one. It's
Is that a new thing for you, or have you had it for a long time?
this one's fairly new. This one I've had over the last 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Not too shabby. Parrothead says Lady on Dead Files tends to use tar water or special type of salt to seal buildings or property. I have heard that. My phone is ringing. I thought I turned it off. I did not. Sorry about that. I've watched Dead Files with my mom. That show creeps me out every time I see it. It's like, no, click. Cannot watch.
The Dead
Because she
Files
deals with
is
some
a
really
show.
bad juju sometimes.
Yeah. There's some shows out there
Um,
that make you question, their lividity and stuff, but Dead Files is one of the good ones.
That's what I've been told. Louise Sparrow says she's used crystals more for healing more than protection.
Mhm.
They can do both, babe.
Yep.
You might get a little protective power out of your healing crystal. Just depends on which one you choose. And I guess if you power it with protection. I have a hairball, so excuse me.
Could you guys kind of go into how you kind of power your stones? Is it obviously putting energy into them? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you kind of have to charge them up.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I put them in my right hand since I'm right-handed, and I'll charge them up with all kinds of positive energy. I'll just let it feed through my hand and just imagine it filling that stone, and then just store it until I need it. Usually someplace dark.
I also use the moon.
Yeah, I just did with the full moon. I left a bunch of stones out to charge.
Yeah, me too.
In the moonlight that needed it. We
The moon
had
is a powerful.
Oh
healer.
God, yeah, and we've got 2 this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We had a strange experience when a small toy soldier appeared under the bed when we moved into a new house. Nobody in the house owned one. Oh, that's creepy.
Ooh, that's kind of weird. Did you keep it or did you get rid of it?
Yeah,
That would be my next question.
Well, then he goes with left-handed people are better.
Yes, that one I would agree with.
Yeah.
But I'm biased, so.
That one. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, did you keep it, Pod Racing Palpatine? Did you hang on to it? Oh, Dell. No, you left-handed people are awesome. You're the only ones in your right mind. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
That brings up an
You're all
interesting
weak.
question, actually, the Pod Racing Palpatine. Oh gosh. It's now in the garden in the rockery. Okay.
Oh, God. Oh,
Maybe
dear.
it takes us in the jungle.
That brings up an interesting
There's
point
mom.
that I was going to touch on. Do spirits attach themselves to objects as well?
Oh, yes. Yes.
They do.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I had one house that I was going to a few times, and it was more of the lady's husband who was causing most damage with the spirit because he was very negative. So the hardest part to deal with negative spirits is when someone in the house is negative themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember telling this lady when I first started to go see her, I said, you need to listen to everything I say, and you need to be able to follow instructions, or else this isn't going to work. And after my first 2 visits in this house, I took her aside and I said, listen, your husband is very negative, and he's causing most of the problems with this spirit because he keeps moving stuff. And he keeps being aggressive towards it, and that's what's causing most of the problems.
Holy
And
hell.
a couple other visits after that, they were in the process of moving because they couldn't take the ghost anymore, right? But it wasn't the ghost's fault; it was the husband's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And the last night that I was there, and I said, and when you're moving, when you're in the attic, do not take anything out of the attic that doesn't belong to you, because this ghost is attached to something in the attic. It's something that's very important to them. Well, I got a call. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I was in bed sleeping. And this lady calls me, and you can hear banging going on in the background. She said that, it's gotten worse over the last couple of days. And I knew right away. I'm like, you took something out of the attic, didn't you? She goes, yes. I said, did you take everything out of the attic? And she goes, yes. And I'm like, I can't help you anymore because you didn't listen to me. And I hung up the phone. That was the end of conversation. It's like, come on.
Unbelievable.
And I haven't talked to them since. And this was a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh.
So they've probably still got the spirit with them then. Maybe they just kind of came to terms with it and just learned to live with it.
Well, they probably went with them to the other house because of the object, right?
Yeah, because of that object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Oh. Because my grandmother is attached to an object that's in my house. So I'll see her every now and then. I'll also smell her, which is really, really strange. Every so once in a while, I'll just get a whiff of her perfume or a strong whiff of cigarette smoke because she smoked like a freaking freight train. And I'll hear her talking. I'll actually hear her voice, her southern accent. It's like, where did that come from? Oh, great. Mama's back. It's like, shit.
Well, you've got some of the voyants.
I guess.
Because there's different types of voyants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your clairvoyance, which is vision, so you can see information through the forms of mental images and pictures.
Yeah.
There's clairsentience, which is clear sensing, so you can sense it through the person's body. There's clairaudience, which is clear healing of information in the form of messages. And claircognizance is clear knowing. I don't have that one. Clear agency is sensing information by touching. Clear empathy is you can sense the feeling of others. Clear alliance is the smell of scent from the immediate environment. So that's what you were saying that you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've had seeings of these people in my life. They've come usually at moments of extreme duress when I'm in big trouble or when I'm having trouble with something or my mental facilities are kind of completely gone. They'll come and visit and tell me to straighten up and fly right. Yeah.
Kind of like your spirit guides.
Yeah.
So for you, at least, Sammy, it's never anything negative. It's always something to kind of set you back on the right path.
Yeah, I've never had aside from the Jersey Devil, I've never had really a negative experience with a haunting or a ghost or anything like that. So I've been pretty lucky. I probably wouldn't know if I had. I'm not sure. I've never had the experience, so I don't know.
I'll touch on this briefly because it's probably a whole other subject that we can go into. But at least with the US, is ghosts very prevalent in your kind of culture? Because at least over here, ghosts are kind of intertwined with being British. We have so many hauntings. We have haunted roads, haunted woods, haunted pubs. Buildings.
Everything's haunted in Britain.
Everything is haunted in Britain, exactly. Yeah, everything. Even things like the M6 motorway, which runs the length of the country, is the most haunted motorway that we have. Everything from monks to Roman legionnaires have been seen walking up and down. So is that the same for you guys as well?
Freeway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, does Canada have anything like that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because I know we do, but it's the dark backwoods.
And
it's never a major freeway.
Gettysburg, that kind of
battlefields.
I
can't go to Gettysburg.
I've been to Gettysburg once, And I tell you, the energy in that place is massive.
It's overwhelming. I can't go there. I usually can't go to any battlefields because I'm just like, nope. That rambling Canuck. Did I hear Canada? Yes, you did. We're going to blame Canada, okay? I had a fair share of ghost experience. I know. I bet.
I bet that you did, Adega.
Adega's extremely spiritual as well, so I bet he's had plenty.
Mm-hmm.
This one's for you, babe.
Yes, come to think of it, hauntings in the UK might be as prevalent as Native American spirits in the US. Quite possibly, at least over here. I think probably Colin and Louise could kind of back up as well. Spirits tend to attach to certain buildings, or they're attached to certain woods or a lake. It's always a landmark that they attach to, at least here. I mean, even with the M6, they're just attached to that particular motorway. And that's when the sightings are.
Well, then that
There's
motorway,
that pubs that I'd love to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the pubs, yeah. We have a haunted bar here in Dallas. Well, so I've been told. I've never had an experience there. I've been in this bar once, and it was so crowded you couldn't even hear yourself think. So it was pretty bad. What does Rambling Canuck say?
Rambling Canuck, it says, Brookside Cemetery in Winnipeg had the gate closed on its own one night during lockup there. Ooh.
Nope.
Yeah. See, anything that moves by itself would have me running in the opposite direction.
Nope. I'd be out of there.
Where I am here in Canada, our first prime minister is buried here. In that gravesite is very haunted.
Oh.
Yes.
They do tours actually through there sometimes too during Halloween.
I've been on ghost tours in London and Edinburgh, and both of those are really good. And I think Sammy, you recommended New Orleans as well.
New Orleans and Savannah. They've got some kick-ass ones. They really do. Well, they're such old cities. They're some of the oldest cities in the States. So yeah, even hauntings that have been talked about on TV shows. So I got to see some of those houses. It was pretty awesome. But I did get the creeps when, guys, you guys in the chat might have to help me out if you've ever seen American Horror Story Coven. There was that one house where Kathy Bates' character lived.
Mm-hmm.
That place is haunted AF. Because even standing out on the street, I got bad feelings coming from that place. I was just like, nope, creepy, nope, not going in there, nope. I will stay over here on this side of the street. You guys talk. I'll be over here.
Yes. Do you guys that are that sensitive, do you ever have that much of a kind of reaction if you feel the energy? It kind of stops you in your tracks?
Only when it's really, really intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like at that house, or like on battlefields, because it was so bloody. Ugh. It's even freaking me out to think about now because it's just like Gettysburg. I had to go there when I was a kid, and it was just like, no. I was miserable. Shellback says he just tells the ghosts to knock it off. Kind of don't blame you. I would tell him too.
Mark says Savannah has as many ghosts there as it does living.
I believe that. Savannah is so haunted. Oh my gosh.
And then hello, Soul Assassin. Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, Soul Assassin.
Yes, so Dal, I've been to Budapest. Budapest is a very old city, I can imagine. And Paris as well, because I've visited the catacombs in Paris. Yeah. So I don't have the kind of sensitivity that you guys have. So
Yeah.
it was more a curiosity than anything else. But
Right.
I'm guessing if you two were there, you'd definitely have much more
I'd
of a
probably
reaction.
get the same feeling. Yeah.
Probably.
Probably be a little different. Yeah, I've heard about Budapest being very dark
Hmm.
and the energy there just being very, very heavy and dim. It's really kind of sad. Like Dal says, it's sad.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. But I
Also,
can
what I'm
imagine,
told.
yeah, as Dal said, there's something kind of lingering there.
Excuse me.
I find right now too, with everything that's going on in the world, there's a lot of negativity around, and I think that's what's
Yeah.
affecting a lot of people right now. Is
I
the
have to agree.
Yeah,
It's so negative, which sucks. People need to just calm down. Just everybody calm down. It's gonna be fine. I swear to God.
it is absolutely. Yeah, but I can imagine, I suppose, if you're especially sensitive, given the current climate that we're in, you'd kind of be feeling it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those stones are a good idea. I think I'm going to have to invest in one just to give it a go.
Pod racing Palpatines is the Roman army on the M6.
Uh-huh. Roman
He
engineers
must
on
be
the
a Brit.
M6. Absolutely. Could do a whole other story, a whole other show about haunted areas that we've seen. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've lived in haunted places, but never been, it was never anything negative. It was just creepy. It was like the impression of how they died or who they were when they lived in the house that was now, an apartment. I lived with a ghost of a priest who hung himself in my apartment. It was the rectory of the church at the time. Yeah, he would just linger between the kitchen and the living room. And I'd be like, dude, go to bed. I got to get up in 4 hours. Shush. Zip it.
Yep.
And he usually would. But he'd be knocking, or you'd hear that sound of a rope stretching, which is a little creepy. But I'm just like, could you not?
Yeah, that would have freaked me out. Especially if you didn't know what it was. I mean, I suppose you kind of get used to it the way you did, but I'm not sure if I would have wanted to.
You build up a sensitivity, or after a while.
Yeah.
When you get used to it. But,
Yes,
I even to this day, I still
get
get scared shitless too.
I'm scared shitless all the time. Like a nervous cat. Not her, but a nervous cat. You can build a sensitivity to it. I thought so.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm getting chills. And RR says the French Quarter has some strange vibes. It does. It's creepy down there. That's fine.
There we go.
I felt it even though I was inebriated pretty much the whole time. Everybody's inebriated when they're walking around the French Quarter. That's fine. Same. But no, it does feel really weird down there. I've been stone cold sober walking around the French Quarter with Generalissimo Hefe and been like, not going in that building. Nope. It's haunted AF. No.
Yeah. And it's funny when you can sense these things too, right?
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Oh
Well, it'll
gosh.
come on to me like an anxiety attack. And it's
Really?
just like,
Yes.
nope, I got to get out.
That's what I was going to ask, actually. What does it feel like when you kind of have a run-in, if you would, with the spirits?
That's usually what happens. It almost feels like I'm having an anxiety attack. It's just like, and I get that fight or flight instinct, and I'm like, flight, I'm out. I'm running. I'm headed for the hills.
I get a feeling like in the pit of my stomach, like someone has kicked it. That's how I know.
Oh, No, thank you.
Is it also a feeling of being watched, or is that kind of like a cliche?
No, it's a cliche. You don't feel like you're being watched all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes you can see them while they watch you, but you don't feel like you're being watched all the time.
Okay.
No, I do get feelings that I am being sort of watched, and it's by my spirit guides.
Mm-hmm.
Or people like my best friend Peggy has come to see me. She passed away. It'll be 2 years in May. My dad has come to see me. My grandmother, my grandfather. But it'll just be, yes, I know you're there. Thank you. Can we move this along? I have chores and a live stream to do. Let's do this.
And sometimes it's a feeling too that you can get when they're around you as well. I remember one time I went to see my dad because my dad's he died in 91, and it had been a while since I had gotten down to see him because every time I said I'd go, someone would come up, and then because I don't live in the same city anymore that he's buried in, so this one summer I finally got down to see him after a couple of years. And soon as I walked up to his grave, he was there and he gave me the biggest hug.
Oh.
And it was the strangest feeling. And it creeped me out at first. And I felt bad because it creeped me out.
Yeah.
And I said, sorry, but you creeped me out. And he hasn't done it since, and I wish he would. But it was that feeling, right? It was a weird feeling.
Oh, that's creepy. But I love it.
Yeah.
Adega says, I get the fight or flight and run to into danger. Not always smart, but I can't resist the fight urge.
I have the
Not
need
me.
for speed.
I'm a chicken. I'm out. I'm running.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I'm with Generalissimo Jefe. That's super sweet.
That is
That
sweet.
you did that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And he actually came to me the night that he passed away. 'Cause my dad had a massive heart attack. And that night, and you know when you speak to somebody for a long period of time on those old, headsets when your telephone, when they're on, pressed up against your ear. Well, I was sleeping one night, and the phone in my room was ringing. So I picked it up. I'm like half asleep. I'm like, hello. And it was my dad. He's like, Neil, it's your dad. It's Charlie. I just wanted to say I love you, and you're the man of the house. Now take care of your mother and your brother for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Okay,
So I'm half asleep, right? And I'm like, and I hung up the phone. And then all of a sudden I woke up and I'm like, holy shit, my dad just talked to me. And my ear was sweating like I had been talking on the phone for a long period of time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ack.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I know that feeling. It's just like, oh yeah, okay. Oh.
Yeah. And I wasn't
Anyway,
sleeping on that ear. I was sleeping on the other ear.
Yeah. Oh. No, thank you. I got the hibby-jibbies now.
But still, it's still a positive interaction, though, and I love that. But it would still scare me.
My dad is one of my spirit guides, and he never really believed in ghosts and stuff like that until he became one. And now he's been a big part of my life, even more so now than what he was before, because he died fairly young. He was only 41 when he passed away.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he was young.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Mm.
Did you just read Dal's?
Yes. Yeah, I'm just going to pull Dal's up.
Oh.
Dal said, the night Grandma passed away, somehow I got up in the middle of the night and grabbed the guitar and started playing a tango for no reason. I don't usually play that kind of music. She used to be a tango dancer, so I sang I was sending when she passed. The music was her way of letting me know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
damn.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
wow, Dal. Yeah, I'm with the Dega. That's very touching.
Mhm.
That is,
Wow.
absolutely.
Oof.
Wow. That's very sweet. And
But it's
your
also
loved
kinda
ones will
comforting.
always find a way to, be able to communicate with you when they go. To give you that
Mhm.
one moment of reassurance that everything is going to be all right
Yeah.
and that they
Yeah,
are
they
okay.
always do.
Mm.
Yeah, they usually do. My dad did. My grandmother did. Not until later, though. My grandfather did. It's just like I've heard Peggy in my ear. Stop doing that, Samantha. Jesus Christ, you're going to get into so much trouble with the Chicago accent. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? Because that's how she was.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh.
Oh my God.
Guys,
I'm so freaked out right now.
I think we need to do a part 2 of this.
Yeah.
I think we do too. Yeah.
Especially since everyone in the chat seems to have kind of the same
Yeah, they're really
experiences that you
really
guys have
getting
had.
it, aren't they? Yep.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh God, guys are still. Yeah, we need to have a ghost stories. I think
Well,
we're actually going to do that.
Yes, we have got ghost stories coming up. So
There you go.
that would be a pretty good one. So if anyone actually wants to join, what we will probably do, if that's all right with you, Sammy, I'll just throw the link into the chat and people can jump in and just kind of tell us their
Sure.
experiences. Because yes,
sure.
we are going to do a kind of evening ghost stories with the Valkyries, aren't
Yeah,
we?
we're doing a ghost stories night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pajama party, guys.
Might
Pajama
even be
party.
next Friday, actually. I'll
Is
have to
it?
check.
I don't have. Let me get my calendar. Hang on.
Could very well be. It's either next Friday or the one after.
Got my calendar.
There we go.
Maybe. Oh. Hold on. As I know we wrote it down, we do plan. We are a well-oiled machine here at Rise
We
and Shine.
do. You wouldn't think we do, but we do, yes.
On the 21st. It's a Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. We're doing a late show that
Cool.
night. Well, late show.
So
that
not next
night.
week, but the week after. All right, guys.
The week
awesome.
after. Yeah,
So-
we'll do spooky stories and you guys can share your experiences and everything. We'll have everybody on. Yeah.
I think
anybody
so,
wants to
yeah.
come
We've got a lot of interest. We've got Darth Hasta, Pod Racing Palpatine, Nicole will join us, Colin. Awesome, guys.
Yeah, Dal will be here. Cool. Yeah, we're going to do a pajama party, guys. So Wednesday the 21st, mark your calendars. We'll get time to be announced
I'll pop
as we
in
get
too.
closer.
Awesome, that would be great.
Pop in, Mr. Hyde. We'd love to hear some of your stories, too.
Yes, please.
Get us nice and creeped out. Get ready
Oh
for
my
the
gosh.
holiday.
That was a great show. Thank you for joining us. That was brilliant.
Yeah, thank
it
you,
was a lot of
Mr.
fun.
Hyde.
Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it. Guys, thank you for joining in the chat tonight. We really appreciate it.
Mhm.
We're so grateful to have each and every one of you here with us. So thank you.
We do. And if you aren't subscribed to Mr. Hyde, please do. I've put his link in the description. He's got a fantastic
Thank you.
channel.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh. I was like, ooh.
I know. We're all sitting here all creepy
Are you
now.
going to sleep good tonight, Sarah Purple Valkyrie?
No.
It's not an issue. Oh my gosh.
Happening. I'll take a sleeping pill and just sleep like a rock.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do. Hello, Chris. You're back. All right, my
Please go
loves.
back.
We better let all these people go because it's getting late. It's getting late for
Yes,
you.
it is.
It's definitely getting late for us. So,
All right,
we will
everybody.
see
All
you.
right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Mr.
Mr.
Hyde.
Hyde.
Bye.
Appreciate it. And we will see you all Monday.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.